What up, everybody? Jordan here. Welcome back to the FitBiz Podcast, and stoked to talk to you guys today a little bit more about personal mindset topic. I'm going to share what my formula is for my what I like to call kind of calm and focus routine, and some frameworks that have been really useful for me in terms of kind of quelling anxiety in order to increase productivity. Okay, so if you're a business owner who sometimes struggles with like feeling like there's so much to do, or overwhelm, or like you're never getting anything done, and just like mainly the ability to focus with like calm, cool, collected energy, sort of that theta brainwave state that we need, then this is going to be for you. But before I jump in, this is a little bit more mindset, right? And we have a bunch of really good tactical episodes that we just released. So if you're listening to this, the last episode was 12 content hot hooks to stop, scroll, and boost engagement. So those are like some fire hooks for your content. And the episode right before that, 529, is a video script that I share that I presented at our Legacy Mastermind retreat. And it's a ad creative script, but you can use this for organic too, that crushes. So for example, our client Elise literally took that script from our event and filmed a video, selfie video with her phone while she was at the event. And that post ended up getting 300,000 views and over 8,000 comments. And it was basically a CTA to comment for a lead magnet. So all those were leads who raised their hand. I mean, this script crushes. So I'll definitely check that out. And now listen, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. So what I'm going to cover are, number one, tools to set up your day to create this clear, calm, focused mind, and also tools to kind of calm the anxiety and worry that you might be dealing with. So I'll tell a story here to start. So I woke up the other morning way too early to this like kind of annoying dream. So I opened my eyes thinking like, it's probably time to get up, right? And it was 2:45. Like, fuck. So my alarm was set for like 4:30, but I was wide awake. So I tried dozing back off for 30, 45 minutes, had that massive cortisol spike due to this dream. And I was like, fuck, I guess I'm getting up. So, I wanted to doze back off and I'm like, nah, let's just get to work, bitch. Now, so you're probably wondering like, what were you dreaming about? So I was dreaming about our business, actually, specifically a challenge that we're kind of dealing with. So I was sort of dreaming about how to solve it, right? And, I like solving problems, especially unique, novel ones. They kind of get me excited. And, sure, I could say that they make me anxious. Anxiety and excitedness are the same physiological response in the body. Throughout my life, I've really loved like the kind of puzzle that comes with entrepreneurship. I hyper obsess over problems. And to be frank, this has led me into a few different like manic phases where I kind of isolate, I don't sleep, I don't eat, and I refuse to stop thinking about the challenge until I either A, like understand it and have a plan to solve it, or B, have figured out, that maybe this problem isn't much of a problem at all, more just like one of those situations to be managed. And, although this tendency has served me well, and I don't want to lose it, I now understand that the best leaders know how to tap into that obsessive energy with a calm mind. So the question becomes like, how do we blend both the obsession, with obsession, it's more sympathetic driven, like gamma brainwave, hyper focused. On the other side, you have more calm, right? Parasympathetic, alpha brainwave, restful, but like alert. And to be honest, like, I don't know exactly how to do this, right? I'm sure there are a lot of methods, but I'll share what's worked well for me. I share this because what happens, or in my personal experience, is I stay too much in the obsession state. And then when you're tired, sleepy, stressed, you end up making really poor decisions, and I've got a laundry list that I can run through with you guys there. What I've been trying to do here for the past couple of days is, number one, like getting up and doing something hard. So yesterday I got up and went in the cold plunge, 34-degree water, 3 minutes, that takes like 5 minutes. Now, maybe you don't have a cold plunge at home. You can do a cold shower, or hell, just fill a bucket up full of ice. But, the next thing I did is just a quick jog, mile around the neighborhood. For me, a jog in the morning can induce kind of a meditative state. Like I don't listen to anything. It's just silence. And, I do that for a little 15-minute jog. Then I go into a little breath work. Wim Hof method, 3 rounds, 30 breaths. This turns my sympathetic system back on in a controlled way. So that takes like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. And then I do a little bit of like guided breathing meditation, maybe 5-7 minutes with some box breathing. I use the Calm app. Box breathing is simple. It's like 4-second inhale, hold at the top for 4 seconds, 4-second exhale, hold at the bottom for 4 seconds. This has been proven time and time again to shift your body back into parasympathetic. So what I'm doing here is I'm alternating between parasympathetic and sympathetic to try to train my nervous system to be able to tap into both. And then finally, I just do a prayer, and so if you don't pray, you could just speak aloud a few things that you're grateful for. For me, prayer, a lot of that is about gratitude, just giving thanks. And that just kind of sets me up to be like, what? Problems that I'm about to go face are not that bad, right? They're all gifts. From there, I take a shower, brush my teeth, and get into. So that's like a routine that has served me well. And beyond that, I want to share a couple frameworks that I've learned through, therapy, working with coaches, frankly, YouTube videos. 2 frameworks that I think have helped me well from a I'll share 3 actually, just from a mindset standpoint, okay? Like dealing with the anxiety. So the first one is called HALT, which stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And essentially what this means is if you're any of those things, your ability to face a problem is not gonna be that great. A lot of us end up, let's say for example, obsessing over a problem and working late into the night, not eating, not drinking enough water, being angry, being anxious. And in some ways, like if you're not doing the self-care part, you're just gonna continue in that state and then make poorer and poorer decisions. A lot of, I use the analogy sometimes where problem can arise, and rather than just calmly figuring out how to solve it, it's kind of like you're driving and you get a flat tire, right? It happens, it's normal. tires go flat. But instead of just stopping, getting out, fixing the tire or calling AAA if you're not very handy, you run the car off the cliff, right? So, it's really a matter of self-care, having routines that allow you to not be hungry, don't be angry, lonely, right? Or tired. Now, the second one is all anxiety is the anticipation of future pain. I'll say that again. Anxiety is the anticipation of future pain. And we start to create these stories in our heads around what that future pain is going to look like. And man, fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. A lot of times we create the worst case scenarios of how this thing is going to evolve. And it's never as bad as what you make up in your mind. And so the key here is action alleviates anxiety. Okay. So if you can stop thinking and just take action, it's the best way to get out of this. How do you just stop thinking? How do you stop, right? If you're not in a place to maybe take action. So for me, I try to discern between problem solving and worrying. So if you find your brain in this like processing state, ask yourself, am I problem solving here? Am I thinking about the problem and how to solve it? Which can be useful as long as you're not like with your family or, you should be doing whatever you're presently in. Or are you just worrying? Because when you worry, it creates like a feedback loop of adrenaline, cortisol, these little spikes, and that can become addictive. So they're two totally different things. I have a rule where I try to only let my brain problem solve between the hours of like 4:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. I do my best to not allow my brain to problem solve outside of that because it's just, I need to be with my family. And just giving yourself those breaks allow you to not be tired and angry the next day. So, if you catch yourself thinking about a problem and you shouldn't be, as soon as you recognize you're doing it, you shift from unconscious to conscious. You become present simply by the act of recognizing that you're not present. So every time you do that, give yourself a little praise, like, cool, I just caught myself. I'm back to the present moment. And that starts to become a little bit more habitual, where a lot of us think like, how do I be more present? You become more present by recognizing when you're not present. The moment you recognize it, you snap back into the current state, the current moment, and you're therefore present or conscious. And if you're present, you can control your thoughts. Anyways, that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today because it's, just some things that I'm working through. These are cyclical. Like you're always going to have these waves in your business and in your life where things aren't always going great, or there are problems that you have to face or challenges, right? And again, just to recap, the worst thing you can do is hyper obsess over them, not have systems to get yourself in a clear, calm, collected state, and just thinking about it all the time. Thinking about it all the time isn't going to help. Sometimes you just got to let your subconscious run. Even though you're not consciously thinking about problems, a lot of times we have so many things going on in our brains. Our brains are so powerful that you're still thinking about the problem, even though you're not consciously. And your brain is like a supercomputer. It's putting pieces together in the background. Think of it like a ChatGPT engine versus like sitting down and trying to just solve something with pen and paper. ChatGPT is going to be more effective. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you find some value here. And anyways, I'll catch you on the next episode.